Hey guys, it's Mel. Welcome back to my channel. So if you watched the last video I made, you would have seen me tackling my death pile. I cleared all the floor, I packed some in boxes, and I took 2 whole carloads of stuff out of the storage unit. There's a really fine balance between having a death pile that's too big and then having a death pile that's not enough. But something that I do know, if I ever buy a huge haul again like I did with that hoarders haul, the first job I will do when I get that haul is I will be organizing it straight away. Now this week I also heard something that really struck a chord within me, and this was said by Tech and Sports over on one of the podcasts with Daily Refinement and Tech and Sports. Now something I heard Tech say was if you want to earn $100,000 a year profit, then you have to make $273 a day profit. And when I heard that, it was like this little light bulb went off inside my head. Hearing Tech break it down like that, geez, it made it feel so much more achievable to me. Like $273 profit a day? I've got this. When you work that out over 24 hours a day, because eBay does run 24 hours a day, that's $11 an hour. So I've put this little memo right here over on my money making label machine, and that's going to keep motivating me every single day. So yeah, that was my little light bulb moment for the week, and I just thought I'd share it because maybe that will resonate with you. Because sometimes when you break something down like that into something that seems more manageable, it's so much more motivating and it makes it feel like it's so much more achievable. Look at all these books down here. Somebody may or may not have bought another haul. In these bags, this is just another haul of bundles, so these will all go into my store next week. So I've got about another 33 to 35 orders sitting here waiting now for me to post. There's a couple orders that I've sold though that I really want to show you, so let's go get them. Now this was such a cool order. D3, where are we? These two. These are cool. Check it out. These have sold to the same buyer. Now they're actually from the same collection, but I listed them as 2 different sets. And the buyer did make me an offer on these, but the 2 of these have sold for $205.95, including shipping. $205 for 22 books. These books are ex-library books. These books have all got the vinyl contact over them, and all these little green stickers were underneath the vinyl, so I couldn't pick them off. And there was library stickers all over the front of them and inside. So what these books are is the Linford Western Library, and they are in large print. So books that are in a larger print, they can actually be really quite sought after, especially for the older generation who still like to physically read a book, but their eyesight isn't as great anymore. So when I saw these and I saw large print and country and western, I straight away went, yep, they are going to sell. Paid $1 each a book, so there's 22 of them here. $22 for this bundle and sold it for $205. That's how you do it. Actually, speaking of country and western, I'll show you what I bought today. So I picked up this bundle today of John Wayne, old John Wayne country and western DVDs. So I found these all bundled together. They had a rubber band on them, but I took it off to make sure I went through all the discs to make sure there was no scratches. But $5 for this bundle of John Wayne DVDs. This one's even sealed, but I did check the price comps on these before I sold them because I've never sold any John Wayne DVDs, and I reckon I'm going to shoot for about $40. Yeah, so $5 into maybe $40. I'll be pretty happy if I can sell them for that. And while I'm speaking of DVDs, let me show you this other cool bundle that I got. So I was really lucky today. Somebody must have donated like a whole collection of Stephen King. So I got a heap of Stephen King books this morning, but I also found 9 DVDs that are all Stephen King's. So I paid $1 a disc, so $9. So I didn't run any comps, but I've got my fingers crossed that a bundle of 9 Stephen King DVDs will go pretty well for me. But I'll keep you updated when they sell because I'm pretty confident they will. Look what else is sold today. I'm so happy to be packing this off and sending it to a new home. Do you remember the video where I showed you that I bought like some kind of meditation drum? And then somebody left me a comment saying, that's not a meditation drum, that's a gong. I sold my gong. So I did pay up for this gong. I paid $40 for it, but it really only has been listed a few weeks and $123.95. I still doubled my money and it's out the door. Look at all that profit printing out. Don't you love the sound of the dymo. It's like music to my ears printing all those orders. Okay, orders are picked. Let me show you a few of them. So I got a book on mental health nursing and it sold for $20. Bundle of Lee Child books. They are medium-sized novels and I've just sold those for $39 for the 6 of them. Diary of a Wimpy Kid sold for $22.99. These don't often make me very much money. I quite often get these Diary of a Wimpy Kids free on Facebook Marketplace. I've got quite a lot of them in my death pile on the shelves where I'm actually building sets. But yeah, $22.99, it's not a lot of money, so you certainly wouldn't want to be paying up for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Story of Film. Now this book sold for $25. This was a book that came from my hoarder's haul, so it's a little bit unusual. It's an illustrated book, but I've sold this for $23.99. 2 James Patterson books from the Women's Murder Club. These have sold for $23.99. Okay, Star Wars Episode 1. Now this is only a cheap book, but it sold for $16. The Complete Book of Herbal Remedies has sold for $21. Now I've got 2 Nigella books going out in today's post, both to different people, but this one has sold for $30. Now this Comfort Food by Gary, he's one of the Australian master chefs. This is sold for $19.90. His books don't tend to bring me a lot of money, but they do trickle through. I've got this old set here of Nora Roberts. Now this is sold for $29.99. This is a bit of a random mix. The books are in different sizes. Some of them are medium, some of them are small. They're not in very good condition and they've all come free from Facebook Marketplace. Another cookbook, Delicious Daily, has sold for $18. These ones here by Susan Howard. There's 5 books in the bundle and this is sold for $44.95. Now this Michael Grant trilogy has sold for $32.99. I only listed this a couple of days ago, so it's sold really fast. The trilogy is called Berserk. I guess that's meant to say BZRK, Berserk. That's like a tongue twister for me. Berserk Apocalypse. Berserk Apocalypse. I can't say it. It's literally like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickles. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? See, I can say that better. A Fat Lot of Good has sold for $26.99. And here's the other Nigella book going out. This one only sold for $21.99. It does have a little bit of a crease here in the listing, which I did note in the item description. Nigella does actually make a lot of cookbooks, but some of them sell for a lot more than others. So it's always worth price comping them because some of them definitely are still on the lower range. If you can find the Nigella cooking DVDs, oh my god, they sell really fast for great money. This is a fantasy paperback book, just sold for $14.99. French Women Don't Get Fat. I took an offer on that for $13 just to move it out the door. This is a University of Sydney. It's just an old book that sold for $15.99. 4 of these Garth Nix books have sold for $26.99. There is 7 of the books in this series, and if you can get the whole lot of 7, it does sell pretty well, but I only had 4 sitting in the death pile, so bundled them together and they've still sold. This is a really large, beautiful cookbook. This is sold for $29.99. Now this really old book, it's very grubby, very dirty, but it sold for $32.99. This one was also in the hoarder's haul. Now I've sold this little camel toy, a little soft plush. This sold for $23.99. Okay, Divergent has sold for $24.99. And I've just bought another set of Divergent somewhere in there that I'll be able to relist as a sell similar straight away. Winning Blackjack has sold for $21.99. This Peter Rabbit keepsake book has sold for $25. This little cookbook about smoothie bowls, bountiful bowls, that one just sold for $18. This one was only listed about a day before it sold. This 6-pack here of Katie Ford has just sold for $49.95. This is a kids book set of Geronimo Stilton. These books have sold for $35.95. These books always sell well. Gossip Girl has sold for $26.99. This is a vintage book set of Dr. Drabble. There's 5 in the book set. I sold them for $29 on an offer. These have been listed a long time, so I was really glad to move these out the door for $29. These 2 books, Fiona Lowe, have sold for $23.99. And don't forget the large print country western books have sold for $205.99, and my gong. So it's 3:15, the post office shuts at 5. I need to get these packed up and out the door. I kind of haven't found a routine with my shipping yet. Some days I'm doing it in the morning and some days I'm doing it in the afternoon. I am trying to post on the daily basis though now, because as I'm listing more into my store, I'm getting more orders every day. So I've still got my postage and handling set to 2 days just to give me that grace in case something happens, you know, life happens and sometimes I can't get to the post office every single day. But I am trying to go there every day. I should be sponsored by IKEA. I cannot imagine being a reseller and not using IKEA bags. I use them for absolutely everything in this business. Let me know if you use the IKEA bags, and if you've never used the IKEA bags, Let me know that also, because if you've never used them, oh my goodness, you are missing out. So yeah, I think today was a pretty typical day in the life of a reseller. I got up this morning, I listed 37 brand new items into my eBay store. I sent offers on all my items. I also went through my message box and cleared my message box. Then went out this morning and did a sourcing trip specifically looking for bundles of books. Then I come home, I had to do all the picking, the packing, the shipping. Now I have to take it all to the post office. So then when I come home, I'm actually going to be photographing the box of books down there that I drafted this morning. And then yeah, the next task on my to-do list, sorting, bundling, photographing, listing, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And next week I look forward to bringing you some more fun videos here in my shed. I'll see you in another couple of days with a day in the life with Mel. Bye.